I'll make you a deal. I'm going to share everything, all the insights and strategic angles for my newest funnel with the intention of helping you build out better converting funnels and to help you tap into new sources of leads and customers. I'm going to give it all away to you with one request. That you go to milesbeckler.com/Kindle and you go buy my little Kindle book. Because that's what this is all about. It's a celebration. I got a extremely short, quick to read Kindle book up, and it's only $2.99. Why? Why would I do this? Why would I spend my time on the Kindle book that you can obtain at milesbeckler.com/Kindle? Buy it, download it, and please leave me a good review. And I'll share why I'm requesting you, one of my inner circle folks, to hook me up with a little algo love right now as this listing just went live. And I'm literally working on the text of the description, right? This is, yet again, fire, ready, aim is my approach to everything. You might not realize that my wife and I have distributed tens upon tens of thousands of books over the years. I believe it's over 100,000. Their reporting makes it really difficult to go back year after year. I have to go wade through a ton of spreadsheets, so I just don't care to get that exact number for you. But our first book came out in 2012. I believe Wifey's got 7 books up. Most of those are translated into multiple languages. And what we found along this journey, okay, the first book was, let's get our ideas out to a new marketplace, Amazon. Because really, Amazon's a search engine. It's one of the only search engines where people have their credit card in hand while they're searching, which is pretty cool. Etsy is similar, but Amazon's the behemoth. So, my operating assumption is there are audience members in your niche on Amazon searching keywords relevant to your niche right now. Are you showing up? Well, if you are, there's an added level of trust because your product, your book, is on Amazon. If and when someone stumbles on my Kindle book, you get the easy path, milesbeckler.com/Kindle. Thank you for the $2.99 support, and thank you in advance for the 5-star review. But other folks are getting suggestions from the Amazon algorithm. And Amazon suggests things that have lots of good reviews and lots of sales volume. Hence me trying to boost my sales volume and get some reviews right now, early. And then the Amazon suggestion engine can start to suggest my book next to other books that are similar to the topic, which for me, it's the 7-figure side hustle. It's like the overview of how to build a business online. And truth be told, you probably know the information. So when you buy the book, what I want you to focus on is how that book is a lead generation tool, more so than the information in it. Please read the book if you want. Like, it's quality content. It teaches the Zig Ziglar style of building a real business online. But the real point of this is to help me grow my list. I'm on a mission to triple my list size this next year. And this is one of my tests. So inside of the book, I have an offer. Strategically placed. So, in all honesty, you could click the look inside and you should be able to see my actual opt-in offer. Now, when someone purchases this book, so when you, let's get real here, and thank you again. When you go to milesbeckler.com/Kindle and you purchase this book, that's Amazon's transaction. I don't get your email address. I don't get your mailing address. I don't get any of your information. I'll earn 70% of that $2.99. So I'll earn about $2.10. Amazon keeps the rest because they're the platform. And voila. I now have a new customer generation system, kinda, that doesn't build a customer list for me. Which is why I've got the opt-in offer inside of the book. Strategically designed to take someone who hasn't heard of me before, but they're on Amazon looking in my relevant categories, and I want them to find my content, to buy my content, and most importantly, to go to my landing page that I advertise in this book and to upgrade or to claim the bonuses available, which is a very, very simple opt-in page, just like we've talked about 1,000,001 times over. If you have a one-click upsell or a one-time offer, I highly recommend having that after your opt-in page. I don't really have that built out for the Miles Beckler brand right now, but that's all right. All in due time. So the book is up. It's like a 39-page, if it was in print, book. The goal is to make it a very short, concise, easy to read, quick to read summary of our world, of how our business works. The secondary intention of this piece of content is to take people who are interested enough to click, look, buy, then to give them a pathway onto my email list. And if you want to have a one-time offer and a bump and an upsell after, you now have the ability to get an Amazon customer, right, who bought an Amazon Kindle book, that's all on their platform, and to have a consciously designed pathway, an intelligently designed process to help some percentage of users to go from Amazon customer to Miles Beckler lead to Miles Beckler customer. Then Amazon has its own advertising platform. And this is really what I'm most interested in testing. It's tough to advertise a book that has no star reviews because it just launched 7 minutes ago. Which is why I'm pretty much, pleading with you to go to milesbeckler.com/Kindle, purchase the book. I need the verified purchases from a wide variety of IP addresses, from a wide variety of Amazon accounts. It needs to look natural. But I'm trying to drive that first group of transactions, to drive that first group of star ratings. So I've got myself a little clout on the Amazon platform. So when I run an ad and somebody's looking at, I don't know, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich or some guru's fluff piece that's way too long on how to build a business online, I can advertise my little short book in an attempt to get people who are interested in my niche on Amazon searching for solutions and answers into my content. And then once they're in my content is designed to get them on my list. And once they're on my list, I have mechanisms to turn them into customers for different tools and products and things that I offer. Now, when I can run an ad on Amazon, if I can get a book sale for $2.05, okay, so let's say I run $2.05 worth of advertising to make one sale at $2.99. Amazon takes 30%, Miles gets 70%. I earned $2.10 immediately from Amazon after spending $2.05 in advertising on Amazon. Miles made a nickel. But it ain't about that nickel. In fact, I'm more than happy to spend all $2.10 to get a customer. I'd probably even spend $2.25 or $2.50 to get a customer in the early days, while I measure how many of these people who buy the book actually go over and opt in and actually make it onto my list. Because there is a lifetime value of subscribers for me, right? I don't know that number. I don't monitor that number closely, but I know that it's there. My Black Friday promotion generated a large amount of cash flow from my list. And I can't track that back to where those subscribers came from. But big picture, as my list grows and my offers grow, my cash flow grows. So let's grow the list without dumping a bunch of money in. It's another form of the self-liquidating offer funnel that I've been running on Facebook. I run this same type of funnel with YouTube ads. It's just another stream of leads and customers. And the coolest part for me is how it opens me up to new audience segments that are pretty easy to target and get my ads in front of. And there's a lot less competition here than on Facebook. The barrier to entry is a little bit more difficult. You got to write a book. It's not just a landing page and spinning up a Facebook ad. There's this whole book creation process. And for me, I made an outline, which we've talked about on other podcast episodes. And then I actually read out that outline in audio format, sent it to my copy editor, then it went to my layout design person, and then I had my Mobi file, which is the Kindle file, and I uploaded it, and voila, my book is live. Oh, and I got a cover made on Fiverr. Can't forget the cover. Fancy looking cover. Put my picture on this one. Don't know if I like that. But it was an attempt to call out to people who do know who I am, to help them have in a moment when they see the cover, like, oh shit, that's Miles. I know him. Let me click and buy, because it's only $2.99. I can support the guy who's helped me so much on my path. MilesBeckler.com/Kindle. You can support the guy too. And this is the game on this platform, right? What products can I create and publish on Amazon that are relatively easy and inexpensive for me to create? But the requirement is they also have some call to action inside of them that offers interested people who purchase or who look a pathway onto my email list. Amazon's a great business. In one sense, it's fucking, I don't know, evil in another sense, I guess. But like, Amazon works. Let's just say that. They got lots of people spending lots of money and they sell lots of books. So I'm showing up in the most relevant bookstore that I've had zero access to. And inside of these books, I'm going to check and make sure it did work the way I assumed. Yep, right when you click. So after the table of contents, there is a call to action with a link. And I'll be damned if you can't click the look inside and you actually can go get the free thing. I'm not going to tell you what the free thing is. You're going to have to go look. But I've made an offer immediately after the table of contents before the introduction begins. Specifically because the look inside feature on Amazon allows people to, they always show the table of contents. Right? If you're going to look inside, what do you do at a bookstore? You grab a book, you read the back cover, you kind of open it up, look at the table of contents, maybe read the first intro part. So that's what Amazon shows. So that's where my call to action is. Which means there's actually a paved pathway for an Amazon visitor who doesn't become a customer to get on my email list. How about that? Now, is that the best call to action? Are there heaps of people who are going to click on the look inside and actually get on my list? Probably not. I'm tracking all leads from this separately, right? I've got UTM parameters set up in a way for me to know what leads are actually coming from this book, from this piece of content, whether they purchased or not. Kind of irrelevant to me. It's all in the same pool. So now, once I finish this kind of push, this initial push through you and the other podcast listeners and my email subscribers to build up my base of 5-star reviews, then when we turn on the ads and my ads show that, hey, we've got 83 5-star reviews, people are going to trust my ad more than the people next to me, and now the machine is on. And the question becomes, how much money did I spend to sell a book? How much did I earn from all those sales? If those numbers are even, I don't care how many leads came out. I just run this machine. If I can spend $930 a month to sell, I don't know how many books that would be. Let's say 400 books a month, and I earn back that exact amount, well, shit, I'm like $0 out of pocket, and I just sold 400 books. Like, if I can do that every month, that's almost 5,000 books in a year. Of those 5,000 readers, some percent are going to end up on my list, some percent are going to end up on my podcast feed, some percent are going to subscribe on YouTube, some percent are going to purchase something that I mentioned somewhere. Aha. This, my friend, is an oil well. And if you haven't listened to my podcast episode about digital oil wells, I recommend you get into that one. Because it explains this process of drilling test holes. Okay, that's what this is. This is a test hole in a new oil field. I know there's money changing hands, and I know there's people buying information on Amazon all day, every day. Obviously. What's it going to cost to get those people curious about my stuff onto my list? Don't know. Can I engineer a system that gets me consistent exposure to people on Amazon looking for what I teach without costing me anything, right? $100 in ads in, $100 in cash flow from book sales out. byproduct is lots and lots of people are seeing the call to action. Some people are joining my email list. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's the game. This is how I use Kindle. We've done this over and over and over with my wife's books and products. We've tested small books and big books and pocket books and fat, chunky 300-page books. And I know what works in her niche. We've got several books that we can spend thousands of dollars per month advertising. We earn thousands of dollars a month back directly from the book sales and all the leads and all the customers that show up from that, from the calls to actions in the book. That's just gravy. And my ad guy can run the whole damn thing once it's up and running. In fact, I should start calling him more than my ad guy, because he pretty much did everything on this book, right? Like, I did the outline, I recorded it, but from that point on, he moved it between the appropriate people, right? The layout designer, the copy editor, he did the book cover. He kind of like managed all of the little tasks to get this thing live. And he was even the one who clicked publish on the book. You see, I'm a business owner. There are certain things that I must and can only do, like this podcast and asking you personally as a friend to go to milesbeckler.com/Kindle and purchase my book and leave me a 5-star review, right? I'm the one to do that task. But all the other little bits in the puzzle can be done by other people. And this is what we're going to talk about more in the future, because hustling up a side hustle is wonderful. You know, turning that crank, using your life force energy aggressively to grow an audience and a list, some cash flow. It's wonderful. But marketers only make it so far, right? That's being a marketer, doing the marketing work, being the head marketer in charge. And if you want to get lifestyle freedom, if you want a business that can run without your input, you gotta start to scheme up next level game plans, execute on those, prove they're profitable, and then they have a budget for someone else to run them. So all of those Kindle books that Sean is advertising for my wife, that's driving leads through her brand and sales through her brand, that pays for him. And then some. Same with all the Facebook ads. He ran 20 grand in Facebook ads last month. That effort pays for his effort. And so he is out there growing our business, growing our list, growing our customer list, helping us put together new funnels, new processes, helping us tap into new traffic sources, while I snowboard and keep the fire stoked because it's cold as shit out here, and while I scheme up the next one is really the truth of it. Because my time is much more effective scheming up clever, interesting pathways for people to join my list, really scheming up how am I going to triple the size of my list without going out of pocket. I could go spend $3 a lead and buy 100,000 leads, but I don't really want to go spend $300,000 on leads. I'd much rather engineer a system that allows me to put $100 in and get out 72 leads and $100, and then we just run that as long as it needs to generate my 100,000 subscribers, simply recirculating that one nug of funds, $100 in, $100 out, $100 in, $100 out, $100 in, $100 out. I've only got $100 on the line that I'm circulating through a system whose byproduct is leads for me. And right now, I have similar systems to this running on YouTube ads. So I have YouTube video ads promoting opt-ins to get people from YouTube interested in what I'm talking about onto my list. I've got systems like this running on Facebook to get people on Facebook who are interested in what I do and what I talk about and what I teach, get them onto my list. And now, for the first time ever, on Amazon Prime, exclusively in the Kindle store. Sorry for the movie phone voice. I don't know why that happened. But now I have, Amazon. I've built that same sort of mechanism. That same sort of automatable system that can run for years or decades, and it can generate leads every day for a very long time with next to no effort from Miles from this point on. Because Miles needs to think of that next best funnel, that next best angle, that next best channel, that next best media to go create yet another digital oil well that can spit out leads and customers on autopilot, and it can be run by someone else. Last note. I did all this shit by hand, confused, unaware of how to figure it out, but knowing I was going to figure it out once I first started. Right? Like, I'm not doing this because I have a badass named Sean on my team. I was doing this when I was the only badass. Actually, I take that back. When Wifey and I were the two badasses on our team. Because Wifey's a fucking badass. So am I. So in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, when we published 5 or 6 different books, multiple languages, multiple opt-in funnels behind them all, I was doing all that work while making my YouTube videos every day, while Wifey published 1,000 blog posts, while doing all of the other audience growth stuff as well. And that brute force effort got our cash flow up to a level where I was like, all right, I have consistently made essentially more per month than I did per year, right? Like annual income showing up every fucking month for long enough. And I'm like, all right, well, I can now hire someone who's really, really good and pay them pro level numbers so they can't get lured away by my audience who tries to lure Sean away from me, right? I pay him so well, it makes no sense for him to think about leaving because the systems that I built, tested, improved, work well enough to generate enough cash flow for that pie to be big enough for me to hand him a big old honking piece of that pie. Sent my man over 15 grand today as a partner for all the work we just did around Black Friday. Actually sent out about $35,000 this morning to all my joint venture partners and to affiliates and the people who promote our stuff, and blessed. It's pretty amazing that I'm able to send that much out to other people on a monthly basis. It was a good month. This is above average month because the whole Black Friday Cyber Monday thing just happened. But this is the game. It took an outline, which I've talked about, right? Spend more time thinking and outlining was one of the podcast episodes. So it took an outline, and then it took me creating the original piece of content. From there, my content editor, who I found and hired on Upwork. The layout design guy is also on Upwork. The book cover person is on Fiverr. And that's it. Piece it all together. And then you just go to kdp.amazon.com and upload it. Bada bing, bada boom. Make sure it's got a call to action in there. Make sure that call to action links to an opt-in page. Follow my template for the opt-in page. Follow my templates for hiring and outsourcing people if you got all the templates, which I hope you got the template bundle when you had the chance. And now we see what this thing will do, right? I just drilled a test well. I have no clue if this thing's going to work or not. None. I have no clue if it's going to cost me $17 to make a sale or 17 cents to make a sale. No clue. We're drilling a test hole. We're testing this out. It's worked for my wife. I know many other entrepreneurs who leverage the Kindle book to funnel growth game, right? This type of funnel, this traffic source. Like structurally, I know it works. The question is this book's hook good enough? Is my opt-in page hooks good enough? Are you actually going to go to milesbeckler.com/Kindle and buy this thing and give me a 5-star review? Can I get enough reviews? Pro tip on that, when you have a big body of 5-star reviews at the beginning, even if you get a few 1-star reviews, it ain't going to tank your listing. So back in the day, when we launched our first books, it was like, yo, mom, go buy this. Hey, auntie, will you go buy it? Like, we literally sent out individual emails to all our friends and family saying, can you buy this? Download it, open it in your Kindle app, flip through a few pages, and then go review it, please. Give us a little buffer on the old star rating system. Because if you get 2 or 3 1-star reviews in the early days, it takes a lot of 5-star reviews to get to 3 and 4 and 4.5. You know, it's really difficult. This was my approach in college, actually. I would start the semester like the best damn student in the class. I'd do all the work. I'd get A's. I'd be focused. I'd be on it. A's on everything. And then about midway through the semester, now that I got an A, I could do fucking nothing. And I'll still get a C. And when I was doing effing nothing, sorry for the F-bomb, but I was actually building my business online. I was flipping houses. I had realized that I wasn't going to learn how to make money at college. So I was doing like all the nights and weekends side hustle stuff, right? So I did these surges of work over here to kind of build my buffer of a grade, and then I could focus elsewhere. So now on Kindle, it's the same philosophy. I'm going to do this surge of begging my podcast listeners, you, to go buy this thing to give me a little buffer. And then Sean can run the ads. If people end up not liking it, we can adjust as we go, but we've got a little buffer there. And so now Sean's going to test it with, I don't know, $500, $1,000 worth of traffic. You don't have to use that much traffic. We're going to see if we can push this thing to the top of my Kindle categories. That would get me some notoriety. If you and a bunch of other folks like you go buy this thing today and tomorrow, bingo, I'm going to jump up to the top of my category because I have more sales volume than anyone else in that category. All these little bits and pieces. Then we'll measure how much does it cost for us to sell a book? How much do we earn on the book? Then we're going to look how many leads came through using our UTM parameters inside of the link, inside of that call to action in the book. And Sean and I will powwow. After running a bunch of data, I want 500 leads through this thing. I might have to spend $1,000. I don't care. I'm in a blessed position that I can, right? The tighter your budgets are, the more meticulous you need to be over the numbers. But you got to get a sample size of data in there, and then you analyze the data. How well did it work? And we'll make executive decisions from there. Maybe this works like gangbusters. I'm like, dude, I'm going to do a keyword research book. I'm going to do an SEO book. Boom, 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 boom. I build them out for all of the little sub-niche things that I do. That's one approach. Or we might be like, dude, it's costing us $7 to get a lead. And over on the old Facebook, we're getting them for $2. Let's just keep our ad budget applied to Facebook. This is the game. Scheming up new ideas. Where are my people? Where are my people actively buying stuff who don't know about me yet? And then how do I go get an offer in front of them that is irresistible, hopefully, that converts, let's just say that. And then, if I don't own that transaction, how do I get them on my list? Right? So everything we're doing on Etsy, we got the same sort of mechanism built in there too, right? Like, okay, so that's an Etsy sale, that's an Etsy customer. How do we have our products that they're buying on Etsy lead them back to our opt-ins and lead them back to our stuff so they can get on my list? So they can become a customer. So we partner with these other platforms. We drill test holes. When the test holes work, we automate everything and we go replicate and do it again and again and again. If it works, if not, I go find another fishing hole. And that's the game. This is my current side hustle. I've got a book side hustle on top of my media business now. We're going to see if we can get the numbers to work. With your help, going to milesbeckler.com/Kindle and an investment of $2.99, you can be a part of this. You can be a part of it. Think of the brain chemistry you'll get from watching this book go to the top. You'll be like, I helped that happen. And you're helping make sure that honest information presented with integrity, with no fluff, no bullshit, no overhyped webinar pitches, you're helping that rise to the top of Amazon because that's what I put out. That's my brand. And so you're helping do something good for the world in this process. So milesbeckler.com/Kindle. You can see and experience my Kindle funnel. You can go see the opt-ins. You can go see what I'm actually recommending and what I'm doing. You can see exactly how it works. And I would love if you join the party and purchase a copy for $2.99. Open it, flip through it, read it, give it a little chance, give it the old 5-star review, give it an honest review. I think honestly you'll see it's a Miles Beckler product. It's a 5-star review kind of a thing. And that's it. I'm going to call it. I'll let you know about the next oil wells that we build. We got the Etsy oil well cranking. We got the Amazon oil wells cranking. We got the Google oil wells cranking. We got the Facebook ads oil wells cranking. Got the YouTube oil wells cranking. Instagram, TikTok, they're all cranking. Brick by brick, it's been built. And it's all based around the core, which is my business is my email list. As my email list grows with interested people, the more money I make. As my email list grows with buyers, the more money I make. And I'll take Amazon buyers. People who are willing to buy information in my niche on Amazon, please join my list. I have other things I would like to show you that will help you get the result that you're after. And so I've engineered a system to help the millions of people on Amazon who have never heard of Miles Beckler because they don't search on YouTube for this kind of stuff, to help the millions of people on Amazon who are mighty comfortable buying on Amazon, who have hardware devices named Kindles that they need to populate with books. Okay, Christmas is coming. A bunch of people are going to get Kindle books, and some of them might look for a way to create a side hustle. Voila, they could find my book with your help and or with my ad. Not sure how it's going to work, but I'm putting up a shot and I'll put up another shot and onward and upward we go. All right, I'm calling it. I got more kick-ass stuff coming your way. 2023 is the year for list growth. 2023 is the year for you to create the breakthrough in your business, and that breakthrough comes from scaling your email list. It's the freedom mechanism within it all. Content marketing drives the traffic, but you got to get them on the list to create that kind of unbreakable cash flow potential. And that's what I want for you. And that's what we'll get you to. And this is just one step on the path, just kind of reinforcing the digital oil wells idea. Definitely listen to the Digital Oil Wells podcast here if you haven't already. It is a great one. I learned it from one of my mentors who's no longer with us on the planet. It's a brilliant concept. It's a great way of thinking about what we do. And then when you layer it on the lens of this book, you'll see it. It's perfect. Clear as day. That's what Miles is doing. He's just going around creating digital oil well after digital oil well after digital oil well. So my lifestyle doesn't require me to hustle all day, every day. I think a lot. I execute strategically, and then I go play. And I want you to enjoy this same lifestyle as well. All right. I expect to see your comment and your review on the book. It's at milesbeckler.com/Kindle. Get to it. Rank it up. Go click other 5-star reviews as helpful when you see them. Let's lock this thing down and let's make sure The top of this Amazon category has some honest, integrity-filled information, because I'll be honest, right now it's a bunch of greedy gurus ranking, and it's time for Team Honesty to show up and take over the number one spot. And you could be a part of that, and I thank you. I appreciate you. And I got some more cool stuff coming your way. Until then, go get you a Kindle book, milesbeckler.com/Kindle.